What is going on, everybody? What's up? What's up? What's up? Happy Monday. We're back again with another live. Let me put this camera down, man. I'll figure this part out later. What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? As you join, comment, where is it that you're joining from? Where is it that you're joining in from? Put in the comments, where is it that you're joining in from? First, you are first. What's up? What's up? What's up? Put in the comments where you're joining in from. Columbus, Ohio, what's up? North Carolina, what's up? I'm super excited about today. Today, we're going to be talking about the spiritual laws of success, Colorado, Kentucky. Crystal, what's going on? I got to message you out to just check in with you. And put something in the comments. What is it that you're grateful for? Put in the comments. What is it that you are grateful? Naptown in the house. What's up, mama? Nigeria, New Orleans. And put in the comments, what is something that you're grateful for? What is something that you are grateful for today? We have a couple in Nigeria. That's what's up. Today, we're going to be talking about the spiritual aspect of creation, the spiritual aspect of creation, right? Understand that physical creation, it comes first from the spiritual. So we're going to be talking about the spiritual part of creation. How is it that we can start using the spiritual laws of success in order to create higher in our lives? So that's what we're going to be talking about today. Grateful for still living, grateful for life, grateful for wisdom, grateful for my son. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. So before we jump in, right, we have to think about, where does creation actually take place, right? Where does creation take place, right? We talked about this on one of the last lives. Is creation is a two-part thing. It takes place first in the mind of man and then in the hand of man. So it's a two-part thing. Hold on real quick, y'all. Open that up. All right, cool. So creation is a two-part thing, right? Creation first takes place in the mind of man and then the hand of man. So the mind of man, right? If you were here in person, I'll ask you to point to your mind. I would say point to your mind. And most people, when I ask that question, they're going to point here. But that's not your mind, that's your brain. So if I said point to your mind, you really can't point to your mind. It's not somewhere that you could point to it. So the mind lives in the spiritual. The mind lives in the spiritual. My boy Wolf, what's going on, man? The mind lives in the spiritual. And then whatever gets created in the mind of man first, it gets created in the hand of man. So it first goes from the spiritual to the physical. The hand is physical. You can physically touch it. The mind, you can't physically touch it. You can't point to it. There's no location. It's the unseen world. So all creation first, it takes place in the mind of man and the spiritual, the unseen, the untangible. And then it comes into creation in the hand of man, the physical, the tangible, the seen, right? So when we talk about creation, where most people go wrong is when they're thinking about their goals, they first start at the physical aspect. So people will come to me and say, I want to make more money. Why am I not making more money? So the first thing they go to is the strategies. They go to the tactics. They start focusing on the how, right? So I want you to label this as the how. And underneath the how, if you have a piece of paper, label it the how. That's where most people get started first. I want to make more money. I want to have a better life. I want to progress my life. I want to take my life to the next level. So they focus on the how first. They get caught up in the how. How can I do this? How can I make more money? How can I take my life to the next level? And underneath the how is strategies. It's tactics. It's the techniques. It's the things what to do. It's the plans. It's the activities. But most people, they don't have a skill set problem. They have a mindset problem. So there's people that you could give all the best strategies and tactics to, but if they don't have belief, if they don't have confidence, if they don't have certainty, then there's no way they're going to execute on this. So somebody may come to me and I can see clearly how to change their life. The tactics, the strategies, what is it that they need to do to take their business to the next level? But they don't have a problem in their business. They have a problem in their mindset. So the physical that most people focus on, and when you focus on the physical, it only produces incremental gain. Incremental gain. You want to know why my life looks radically different year by year by year by year by year? It's because I don't focus on the physical. I focus on the spiritual. I focus on myself. I focus on my mind. I focus on the idea, the thoughts. I don't focus on the physical. Because when I get my mindset right, the skills will show up. The strategies will show up. The how-to will just show up. It will naturally manifest itself. But if all your focus is on the how, then you may get new strategies and you'll make incremental gain, but you will not make quantum leaps in your life. So again, the how is the strategies. It's the tactics. It's the blueprints. It's the plans. It's the how-to. It's all the physical things you need to do. Call this person, make this post, right? Look up this business, hire this person. Those are all the strategies. That's everything on the how. But I want you to write this down. Success is 95% spiritual and only 5% physical. Success is 95% spiritual and only 5% physical. And most people, they focus 100% on their attention on the 5% increase that's going to make success. And then they don't focus any attention on the thing that would 100% guarantee success by focusing on the 95%. So success is 5% spiritual. 95% spiritual and only 5% physical. But most people, they focus only on the 5%, the how-tos, the strategies, the tactics. But over on this side, where it's 95, and some people would say 99%. When you talk to people who operate at the highest level, some of them will say it's 99% spiritual and only 1% physical. So on one side is the physical. It's the actions, it's the blueprint, it's the step-by-step. That's the physical. On the other side is spiritual, right? And on the side of the spiritual, this is everything that is the intangible. This is the ideas. These are the thoughts, right? This is the belief. This is the confidence. This is the purpose. This is the passion. This is knowing who you are. All of those things are the spiritual side of creation. It's the things that you can't see, but they radically affect everything that you can see. Understand that we live in an unseen universe. An unseen universe. What does that mean? We're governed by unseen principles. What does that mean? You really don't see air, but you need it to breathe. You don't see gravity, but if I hopped off this high rise, I'm gonna hit the ground. You don't see electricity, but you know electricity powers your phone. Electricity could cook the food, and electricity can also cook the man. You don't see wavelengths, but you need it to be on this live. You know that if you pick up the phone and you call somebody, you don't see a wave going out and connecting you and that person. But you know that if you send out a wave, you can talk to that person. So we live by unseen laws. We live by unseen laws. And these unseen universal laws, it governs this physical reality that we live in. So if the unseen laws is what governs this physical reality, then why would you ever focus your attention on the physical reality instead of focusing your awareness and your attention and your consciousness on the unseen things that actually create the physicalness? Man has never created something first in his hand and then had an idea about it. He first had it as an idea, and then it was created in his hand. So why wouldn't you focus on the unseen first? Why wouldn't you learn how to cultivate ideas, create thoughts, rather than focusing on how to get the thing? That's backwards. And that's why most people, your life does not go to a different level, is because you have the same thoughts about yourself. You have the same ideas about yourself. You have thoughts and ideas about how the world works. You have limiting beliefs, but yet you're trying to create abundance from a limiting self-identity of yourself and what's possible. You can never create abundance from scarcity or from lack. You can never create anything powerful if you don't have a powerful self-identity. You can never create anything impactful if you don't see yourself as someone that's impactful. You can never create millions of dollars when you see yourself as not even capable of making multiple six figures. Most people, they don't have a skill set problem. They have a mindset problem. You don't have a physical problem. You have a spiritual problem. And when I say spiritual, I'm not talking about religion. I'm talking about energy, thoughts, vibration, frequency, all the things that are unseen. That's what governs this universe, is the unseen things. Everything is energy. Energy is always vibrating at different rates of frequency. So the question becomes, how can you start using these things in order to better your life? Well, what I invite you to do is start focusing on the spiritual side of creation. Start seeing, what is your ideas about things? What are the thoughts that you have about things? Understand this. I want you to catch this. You don't interact with anything in your life. You don't interact with people or things. You only interact with your ideas and thoughts about the person or the thing. You cannot miss that. You don't interact with people or things. You only interact with your ideas and thoughts about the person or the thing. So you don't interact with that person in your life, your friend. Your best friend is not your best friend because you interact with them. It's just you have ideas and thoughts about them that make you your best friend. Do you have like an ex in your life that you absolutely like can't stand? And then somehow this person goes and finds love and they have other relationships and the people love them, but you're like, I can't stand this person. It's because you have different ideas and thoughts about the person than other people do. So if you don't experience things as it is, you only experience things with your ideas and thoughts about it. That's why you can hate something and somebody else could love it, because they have different ideas and thoughts about it. So catch this. If you want to upgrade your human experience and the experience that you have about things, then you need to learn how to upgrade your thoughts and ideas about things. If you want to upgrade the relationship in your life, upgrade the thoughts and ideas you have about the relationship. If you want to make more money, upgrade the thoughts and ideas you have about money. If you want to have self-confidence, upgrade the thoughts and ideas that you have about your self-confidence. And when you upgrade the thoughts and the ideas, the spiritual nature of things, then the physical nature of things have to manifest itself. It can be no other way. They have to manifest itself. That's why things like self-affirmations, vision boards, that's why these things are so important, because it puts you in the spiritual realm. It puts you in the spiritual work. And once you do that, then the physical things, they have to show up. They have to show up. You're one idea away from changing your whole life. You're one idea away from radically changing the life that you live. And instead of praying to God for more money, for more things, pray to God for an idea. Pray to God for a thought. Pray to God for a realization. Pray to God for a revelation. Stop praying to God to ask to make more money. God doesn't give you money. God gives you opportunity and people in order to make the money. But you're missing that part. God, I want more money. And then God gives you an idea. Hey, this is what you need to do. God gives you a person. Hey, you need to work with this person. You need to coach with this person. You need to partner with this person. But you like, no, I don't want to coach with that person. I don't want to work with that person. And now I don't believe in myself to go and launch that business or do that idea or move to that city or make that move that you're telling me to make. I just want the $1 million. And God like, hold on real quick. I've sent you the people, the circumstances, and the opportunities in order to get the money, but you're only focused on the money. Like you're just supposed to show up in your bank account, that you're overstepping all the opportunity there is to create the money. And a lot of you have ideas. It's just you don't believe in it. So you don't move and operate on the idea. And because you don't move and you operate on the idea, success keeps passing you up over and over and over and over and over again. Because that idea, that dream that you've had, that thing that you've been sitting on for the last 5 years, 10 years, that something keeps telling you you need to do that, you're not doing it. And you're wondering why you're not having the life that you live. You're not taking action, and you're wondering why the success is not to the capacity that you want to experience. It's not a strategy problem. It's a self-image problem. You don't have a strategy problem. You have a self-image problem. Tell me, I got 2 scenarios, right? And I want you to comment A or B. If I had person A had $1 million blueprint and plan, but they had zero confidence and self-ability in them and self-belief in themselves to be able to operate on it. That's person A. Person B has immense confidence, immense belief, and they don't have the strategy yet, but they have immense confidence and immense belief. Who's going to create the $1 million? The person with the $1 million plan, but no confidence, no belief in themselves, they take no action? Or person number B, they don't have the $1 million plan, but they have pure confidence, pure belief, and they take immense action in order to reach. Who's going to get to the money first, A or B? So if we're all saying it's person B, then you will all agree with me. It's not a strategy problem that you need. It's a self-image problem. Everybody's saying B. Nobody has said person A. So you're agreeing that it's not a strategy problem. It's a self-image problem. And a lot of you have has a self-image that keeps you stuck. Has a self-image that keeps you limited. You have a self-image that doesn't allow yourself to make immense progress. And it's not until you fix that self-image that your life will radically change. You have to see yourself in a different light. You have to have an image of yourself that's extraordinary. I have an image of me that is absolutely phenomenal. I mean, have you seen me? Like when I am extraordinary. My skill set, I'm handsome. I got it going on. And everybody should have that self-image of themselves in that some capacity. But if you're looking at yourself and you feel lack, if you look at your goals and you feel discouraged, if you're thinking about your future and you feel small, like, oh, I can't really do that, then it's time that we stop talking about strategies and tactics and plans and we start talking about your self-image. We start talking about your belief system. We start talking about your self-love. We start talking about your self-confidence. We start talking about everything that's actually creating the things that are showing up in your life. Everything outwardly that you experience is a reflection of who you are being inwardly. Your inner being is always seeking outwardly expression. So instead of putting your awareness on the things outside of yourself, the money, the relationships, the job, put your awareness not on the creation, put your awareness on the inner creator that's doing the creation. That's the only thing I do with my clients. And that's why my clients make radical changes in their life, drastic changes. Radical changes. Because I don't help them change the things, I help them change them. And when they change them, the things change. Their job changed, their relationship changed, their financial capacity changed, their earning power changed. Everything in their life changed because we're changing the thing that matters the most, which is them. And a lot of you have never taken time to put energy into you. You've been everything for everybody else. But then when it comes time to put something into yourself, you hesitate. When it comes time to invest in yourself, you retract. When it comes time to have belief in yourself, you shrink. Imagine asking God for $1 million, but you're not willing to put thousands of dollars in yourself. Like, does that really make sense? Like, truly, imagine saying, God, listen, I want $1 million. Obviously, I'm not the person to have $1 million because I don't have it yet. So obviously, I'm not the person yet because in reality, I just don't have it. But give me the money, but I'm not willing to invest in myself in order to become somebody better and different that can actually not just get the money, but manage the money and expand the money. That's why they said if you get $1 million, best you become a millionaire quickly or else you will lose the money. That's why most lottery winners, they lose the money because they make millions of dollars, but they have a self-image of somebody only making $50,000. So you take the same self-image, you take the money, and life always balances out to who you are being inwardly. It's the great equalizer. Your being is the great equalizer. Your self-image is the great equalizer in this world. You may get some success, but it's going to balance back out. You may reach some level, but it's going to balance back out. Because you have to see yourself differently in order to create differently. So I really invite you guys to start really thinking about the spiritual side. Start really thinking about how is it that you see yourself? Your self-image is the greatest threat to your future. It's not who you think you are that holds you back. It's who you think you are not that holds you back. I'm not powerful. I'm not confident. I don't have belief. I can't do it. I wasn't raised that way. I don't know anybody. I don't have any friends. I don't know how to get started. It's all the things that you think you're not that's holding you back. It's not who you think you are. It's who you think you are not. You're powerful. It's just you don't see yourself that way. You have immense potential. You just don't see yourself that way. You have the ability to be, do, and have anything you desire. And when you start seeing yourself that way, watch how life starts showing you more of it. When you show the universe how serious you are about you, you got to get serious about you. Not everybody else, not your best friend, your brother, your sister, everybody else in your life. I know you've been everything for everybody else and nothing for yourself. You got to be something for yourself now. You got to show the universe how serious you are about you. And that goes with putting time into yourself, investing in yourself, taking advantage of the opportunities that are presented to you, taking advantage of the people that are presented to you in your life. You got to get serious about you in order for your life to get to the next level. Stop asking for help when you're not doing the things for you that you know you need to do. Stop praying to God. Stop praying. Stop praying when you're not doing the things necessary. That's blasphemy. Why would you be praying to God to do something and you're not doing the things that God has already shown you? You're questioning the people that show up in your life. You're questioning the opportunities that show up in your life. And you keep praying for a better life. God doesn't give you a better life. God gives you opportunities to create a better life. People, circumstances, opportunities, situations. That's what you need to be praying for. Because that's the only way you're going to get it. Nobody's ever just woke up with $1 million in their account and they didn't do anything. You got to go out here and get it. Before I hop off, I want to do some Q&A. Type 777 in the chat. If this resonated with you, type 777 in the chat. And any questions? I want to take questions now. I want to take questions. Why would a Tesla pull up to a gas station? I don't know, but there's something profound about that question. Any questions? How do you get people? I saw somebody put, how do you get people to change their, I don't really get people to change their mind. I just present people with different, I help people understand what created the mindset that they have now. You know, so I do a 2-hour session. Any client that anybody ever worked with, we first do a 2-hour session. And what the 2-hour session does is a lot of people, they're focused on getting to the next level. But the easiest way to get to the next level is to first have an understanding, an understanding of what created the level that you're currently at. What created everything that you currently experience. So when I help people, I don't help people change their mind. I help people create different perspectives. And when they have those different perspectives, that may change the way that they look at things. And I help them understand what created the mindset that they have now. And once you understand that, then you get to choose if you just want to keep choosing that mindset. Like, do I want to just keep choosing things? Is my belief system my own, or was it one that was given to me by environment? Was it one given to me by society? Was it one given to me because I thought this is what I needed to be? Most people, you're not who you are. You're who you needed to be in order to get love as a kid, in order to get respect, in order to feel accepted. That's who you are. You're not who you are really internally. You're who you had to be accepted. You're who you had to be loved. And you're still carrying that same self-identity on as an adult. But that's not who you are, but you just can't break yourself out of that. Well, I help people bring awareness to what created the life that they have now. And once they have that awareness, then it's easy for them to just pick something new for themselves. That's a good question. Now, let me know if that answered your question. And if you want to join, feel free to join, send an invite. I want to do some Q&A, some coaching, some supporting. How can someone create a successful mindset and expand? I'm currently experiencing some kind of setback. I don't know if it's natural or spiritual. How can one change their self-identity? How can someone create a successful mindset? How can one change their self-identity? I'm going to try to give you the answer. That's kind of the same answer I just given, but I'm going to try to give you an answer. I mean, it takes work that we do. So let's talk about that. How can you change your self-identity? What's a short answer I could give you? Change yourself. I would say first is to. So here's first. I'm gonna try to answer your question in just a couple minutes. I want you guys to put in the comments, what is the number one characteristic that you think somebody could have? What is the number one characteristic that you think somebody could have? Put in the comments. If you're one of my students or one of my clients, do not put in the comments. But if you're not one of my students or clients, put in the comments, what is the number one characteristic that you think one person could have? This is going to help answer your question. Put in the comments, what is the number one characteristic you think somebody could have? Nobody has any okay, there it goes. It comes in. Confidence. Okay, what else? Confidence, empathy. Those are good characteristics. Any other guess? So let me tell you this, and this is how you start changing your self-identity. The number one, as a possibility, again, this is not the truth. This is only possibility. We have confidence, we have empathy, we have feelings, we have leadership, we have self-love. The number one characteristic that somebody can have is awareness. I just seen somebody put in the comments. It's self-awareness. You cannot change anything that you're not aware needs changing. So you have to be aware if you're loving yourself or not. You have to be aware if you're a great leader or not. You have to be aware on the times where you're confident and the times where you're not confident. So awareness is the number one characteristic that anybody can have. So if you want to change your self-identity, you need to become aware of what created the self-identity that you have now. It is not until you can start becoming aware of that. Oh, I see why I operate in this way. You want to know part of my self-identity? Part of my self-identity is I'm somebody that can figure shit out. I'll figure it out. There's nothing in this world that I can't figure out. I will always figure it out. But you want to know why that's a part of my self-identity? Because growing up, my mom would figure things out. Anything that ever happened in our crib, in our home, she'll figure it out. I had somebody ask me that yesterday. Bro, you just have this mindset that you just go after things. You figure. I said, you want to know why? It comes from my mom. Growing up, anytime there was a problem in my household with anything broke, I grew up only with my mom and my brother, so I didn't have a father. So if a light fixture went out, my mom ain't about to call electricity. She gonna say we'll figure it out. We up there taking the light fixture down. We hitting the circuit breakers to cut off the electricity in the crib. we figuring it out. If the water heater went out, we go downstairs, we see the light beeping, we Googling, what does it mean when it beeps 5 times? I mean, my mom, she instilled figuring out in us. So that became a part of our self-identity. But you may have an identity where, especially in households, you go to the store, you may hear mom or parents say, hey, listen, don't touch nothing. You ain't getting nothing, don't touch nothing. But now, as an adult, you get in environments, you get in areas where there's wealth and you shrink. Because you like, don't touch nothing, I ain't getting nothing. So it's not possible for me. So you first want to become aware of what created the identity that you now have. And once you are aware of that, you can start choosing what is it that you want to take out or implement. I'm giving you a short answer, but this is what I want. This is what I do with my clients. And if you want to dive into it with yourself, that 2-hour session may be the session that you want to do. The 2-hour session I do with my clients, you'll see exactly your self-identity. You'll see exactly who is it that you've been being that's created every aspect of your life. So that's interesting to you. DM me breakthrough at the end of this, and I'll tell you more about the breakthrough session. We get on a short call. Any more questions? Who else has a question? After tapping into the quantum field, do we need to visualize what we want at the same time? You should always be visualizing what you want. Wherever your mind goes, your body follows. It's just most people, they don't have a clear vision, so they just keep recreating what's already here. So you should 100% be seeing yourself. There's times where I'm talking to y'all, but I see like 10,000 people in front of me. Like I can see a crowd full of people right now. So I'm talking to you, but I can see everything around me. I can see people. I can see people in the stand. I can see people in the bleachers. I'm constantly visualizing my life. And visualization has taken me everywhere in my life. I don't think you'll ever go someplace that you haven't visualized. You got to see yourself there first before you go there. Please differentiate between self-awareness, self-consciousness, and self-identity. That's a really good question. All right, so let's break this down. Conscious and awareness they're kind of interchangeable. Like they're kind of interchangeable, but you may be conscious of, okay, so here's the difference. So you have an identity. You have an identity. Your self-identity, that's the way that you see yourself. Right? So that's not self-awareness. Self-awareness, so let's break this down. Self-identity is the way that you see yourself. It's the way that you articulate about people. It's the way that you talk about yourself. Oh, I'm not a reader. That's an identity. Oh, I'm a smoker. That's an identity. I love adventurous things. I'm adventurous. That's an identity. Anything after I am is your identity. Right? That's your identity. Consciousness and awareness are kind of interchangeable, but the only thing that I'm thinking about when you ask that question is, consciousness is kind of being present to what's there. It's like I'm conscious that I love doing adventure, and I'm conscious that I hate not doing adventure, whatever that is for yourself. So that's conscious. I think awareness is and again, they're interchangeable, so don't split hairs with me on this. But awareness is becoming present to what created that, and also seeing what's not there. So it's not just being present to what's here. It's being present to what's not there. And it's being present to, I know that it's here. I'm conscious that this irritates me, but awareness is being present to, why does this irritate me? So it's taking it a step deeper. So self-identity is, this is who I am. Consciousness is that I'm conscious that this is who I am. I'm conscious of the things that I like or I don't like. Most people are not even conscious of that. And awareness could be like, this is what created me to be this way. And this is what's stopping me from being other ways. Does that make sense? Does that help answer your question? Let me know if that helps. Consciousness, I mean, somebody could split hairs with me and say consciousness and awareness are kind of the same, but I'll say that's my take on it. Because this is the thing. So, and this goes a little deeper. Is awareness is being present to the unconscious things that are driving your life. So consciousness is knowing what's here. Unconscious is things that are running your life that you don't even know is running your life. And awareness is being present to those things. So you got to be aware to what's going on behind the scenes that's actually creating the thing. So I'll say that's the difference. I think being aware to the unconscious is where awareness comes in at. What's the benefits of self-awareness? I mean, what's not the benefit? You create your life. You can't change anything you're not aware of. So self-awareness is power. It gives you your power back. Because you're aware to where is it that you're leaking power. The quickest way is to become something is to get present to all the ways you're not being that. So if I want to be powerful, let me look at my life and say, where are my areas in my life where I'm being weak? If I want to be strong, where is it that I'm being weak? If I want to be intelligent, where is it that I'm being dumb? It's like it's looking at the inverse. And that's what awareness does, is it allows you to get present to all the factors that are taking place. And then you're able to change. It's like cooking a recipe, right? If you're not aware of how to cook this recipe, number one, you may mess up the recipe, or number two is you may create a recipe that you like, but it's like, how do I keep achieving that same result over and over and over again? It's like you may have cooked it one time and then you try to cook it again and it don't taste the same. And now you're wondering like, damn, like how much of this ingredient should I put in there? How much of this ingredient did I put in there? Awareness is knowing exactly what's the perfect recipe in order to change your life. So once you're aware of it, here's the ingredients. Here's what's been controlling my life. Here's why I look at myself the way I do. Here's the thoughts and ideas that I've been planting, the seeds that I've been planting that has produced the fruits that I have in my life. Once I'm aware of that, then I can change it. Then I can plant new seeds to create fruit. It's like going to the garden and getting present to all the seeds that was planted that created the garden that you have. And say, okay, if I want to create a new garden, then I need to get aware to what are the weeds and what are the flowers in my garden. Because if I just start planting more seeds, the weeds will take over. So awareness says, obviously there's weeds. Let me get present to the weeds. And if I start pulling the weeds and planting seeds, pulling the weeds and planting seeds, pulling the weeds and planting seeds, then the garden of my life will change. The garden of my life will change. Let me know if that helped you, Crystal. Any other questions? These are good questions. Free will or choice? I don't know the question that. How to deal with spiritual stagnation? Ooh, that's a good question. How to deal with spiritual stagnation? Get very still. Stillness, man. My mom used to always tell me, son, you got to be still. You got to be still. And I didn't understand it until I went to jail. Go out in nature and be still for 2 hours. And set the attention. God, show me, what is it that you want me to see? My spirit showed me. My ancestors showed me. Talk to me. I want to hear your voice. If you go out in nature and you get still for 2 hours, I promise you things are going to start coming up. And start asking yourself, right? Spiritual stagnation. What is it that you're currently putting into your spiritual home? Meaning, what is it that you're listening to? What is it? Stop listening to some of the music that you're listening to. Stop being around some of the people that you're listening to. Start going to, start looking at motivational things on YouTube. Keep listening to audios like this. Message me afterwards and I'll send you the replay of all the past audios. If anybody wants the replay, just message me replay and I'll send you the replays of the last 5 or 6 lives. Start praying. Start talking to God. Listen to gospel music that inspires you. Start doing the things that spiritually uplift you. Take a shower. Take a shower. Get a haircut, put on some fresh clothes. You don't know how much that would do to your spirit. Just cleaning up your physical self. And go spend time in nature. Let me know if that helps. Is awareness and presence one of the same? Is awareness and presence one of the same? Yeah, kind of. Kind of tomato a little bit. I think presence could be mixed up though. It's just, yeah, you can use them the same because you could be present to what created your life to have now. You could be aware of what created the life that you have now. Let's look at the words real quick. I like looking at definitions. So let's look at the definition real quick. Define awareness. So awareness is knowledge or perception of a situation or fact. Knowledge or perception of a situation or fact. Now let's define presence. Presence is the state or fact of existing, occurring, or being present in a piece of thing. The state or fact of existing, occurring, or being present in a place of thing. Yeah, I think that's what I was about to say is, I think awareness, presence is like, you're aware that something is occurring. Yeah, I guess they're kind of interchangeable. But I think awareness expands more than just what's not here. Present is like what's here. Awareness expands to the things that are not here. But in personal development terms, you can say, all right, you can say that I'm being present to what created yeah, presence is looking at what's here. It's all about here and now. That's what presence is. It's here and now. Awareness may not be here and now. Awareness may be going to the past and seeing, okay, what a part of my past influenced me to be the person that I am now. So that's the difference. Present keeps you here. Awareness allows you to go everywhere. That was a good question. That was a really good question. When does spirituality cross the boundaries of religion? And how do we keep the balance? You got to ask that question again. I think there's a difference between spirituality. I think spirit is the acknowledgement that we live in a spiritual world. We're all spirits having a human experience. So that's what spirituality to me is, saying that we're spirits having a human experience. It's the acknowledgement of spirits and acceptance that I'm a spirit having a human experience, a physical experience. I think religion is just, how do you define the spirit that you feel like is higher than you, which is God? What's the name for what you call your spirit? And so if I'm a spirit having a human experience, I have the belief that there are other spiritual factors that govern me, that watch over me, that guide me. And that spirit is God. Now, I think religion just plays a part in what is the right pathway to God. Is it through this person or this name, right? It breaks it down. This is the difference. Spirituality is like an ocean. Religion is like taking a scoop out of the ocean and holding a cup of water. That's the best I can explain spirituality and religion. Spirituality is the ocean. Religion is taking a cup, scooping a part of the ocean and holding it in a cup and saying, this is Christianity, this is Buddhism, this is Islam, whatever you want to name it, but it all comes from the same ocean because they're all talking about the same thing. And you just find whatever way works best for you. I hope that answers. The garden theory is good. Any other questions before I hop off? This was confirmation to you. Welcome. You have immense mental clarity when it comes to answering questions. It's just who I am. You know, some questions you may ask and I don't know, some you do. I don't know everything, but I look to share from what I do know as much as possible. All right, y'all, listen, I appreciate y'all. Again, for those that are interested in doing a 2-hour session, it's the most powerful 2 hours you do in your life. I do these free Zooms so you can get the value, so you can start progressing your life. But for those that have the desire to actually go deeper, like, yo, Kusudi, this was fire, and I want to work with you personally in my own life. I'm giving you guys general information on this call, but if you want specific information for you that could radically change your life, I truly invite you to do a 2-hour session. There's no long-term agreement with it. It's just a 2 hours to see exactly who is it that you've been being that has created every single aspect of your life. It'll be the most powerful 2 hours of your life. You could go on my website and easily read 30, 40 plus testimonials of people who've experienced the 2 hours and how it radically shifted them. If you're looking to do that, message me breakthrough at the end of this. I'd love to talk to you and have a conversation with you. I appreciate you, Eric. You're amazing as well. You can only see me to the extent that you see yourself. And the more you see yourself, the more you can see others. Love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I would look to, for those that message me, I look to get on a 2-hour session with you guys. I'm excited about it. For everybody else, I will see you on the call next Monday. So what would bring success quicker? Having more awareness or presence. There's two of the same. You need both. You need both. I'll say start with being present. I think being present first will, I don't know. You need both though. You need both awareness and presence. That's a good question though. Don't split hairs. Don't go back and forth with yourself. You're going to be on the treadmill. Love y'all. Peace. I'll see y'all next Monday. Can you send me the link? Eric, message me breakthrough after this. And then when you message me, I'll send you the link. But I won't be able to just remember you from this. And so message me after this. Yeah, I got you. Message me after this, Eric, and I'll send you the link personally. Anybody else, I'll send you the link as well. And if you have any questions, I'll hop on a short 15-minute connection call with y'all to give you some more information about it. So message me breakthrough. I'll send y'all the link. I'll see y'all next Monday, 6 p.m., y'all. Peace. Appreciate y'all time.